Hello, everyone. Welcome to Geotab's Tuesday Talk. Thanks for joining us for today's topic, a new Garmin ELD Bundle. I'm Narissa Kelly, and I have with me today Musa Kafari, Senior Product Manager, and Vic Swadar, ELD Solutions Engineering Manager, who will also take questions at the end. Musa Kafari.
Thanks, Narissa. Good afternoon, everyone, or good morning, depending on where you are. I look forward to your questions after the slides. I won't take too much of your time today. I just want to make sure I'm getting the message out there to all of our resellers and all ELD enthusiasts about this new bundle that we launched in beta in December. Let's start with the basics. What does this bundle include? So this is basically a Garmin Fleet 790 device. It's an Android. It's a connected Android tablet, so it's Garmin's, as far as I'm aware at least, it's their first connected Android tablet. They had come out with an Android tablet a couple of years ago. Some of you may be using it as a disconnected device, but this one is a connected device with the ability to insert a SIM and connect to a cellular network. It is a ruggedized type device, and we've basically taken that device and we've bundled it with an AT&T SIM card that allows connectivity on AT&T's LTE network. But the device is also capable with 3G fallback, even though AT&T is making great progress on ensuring that their LTE coverage is on par with 3G, I think by the end of 2018. However, there is 3G fallback on this device, and we're making this bundle available in the US and Canada. So whether you are a US or a Canadian reseller, and whether your customer vehicles are domiciled in the US or Canada, this device or this bundle is available to you. In addition to a SIM card, we've bundled this with our own Geotab Drive solution. The Geotab Drive solution is a cloud ELD-based solution, and we'll talk a little bit about that later for those who are not familiar. We've also included, out of the box, a three-year warranty with the device. That's something that Geotab has negotiated on your behalf with Garmin, and it is included with every device in the basic price of the bundle. And it also comes with a suction cup mount and a cigarette lighter adapter cable. The IOXs can be purchased separately. So for those of you who are familiar with our IOX Garmin WT with traffic or NT for no traffic, those are both supported on this device, and IOXs can still be purchased. You would need the IOX, of course, for traffic. If you require traffic, the device itself supports traffic, but it only does so if you have a traffic adapter connected to it, and that comes as part of the IOX. It's not required for ELD. Our cloud ELD solution, or our Geotab Drive solution, is a fully cloud ELD based solution. No need to physically connect the device to the Go device, and vice versa. But again, if you want traffic, or if you want some traditional Garmin FMI capabilities, the IOXs that we support today are fully supported on this device as well. So what are some of the key features? I'll leave it to you to get familiar and read up on the Fleet 790. Some of the key features include optimized navigation and routing for different vehicle profiles. We spoke about embedded cellular connectivity for the first time from Garmin, as well as Wi-Fi is supported on those devices. The devices come with lifetime onboard maps and lifetime traffic. Again, if you have the right traffic cable, they would be. But maps are, you can update maps indefinitely. We'll talk about how to do that a little bit later in the webinar. But it also comes with a vast number of local features on the device itself, not necessarily through Geotab, but on the device, such as a dash camera, for example. Dual purpose, you can use it to look to basically monitor and record events while driving, but the device can also be unmounted, and it can be used for taking pictures around the vehicle for multiple purposes. It is an HD camera, and the videos are saved on a local SD card that comes as part of this bundle as well. The SD card, if you're interested, is located on the back in the bottom part off the device. It's behind the screws, so you'd have to unscrew the panel in the bottom to remove it. Make sure you don't remove the SIM. That's where the SIM is also hosted, the SIM card. Anyway, the dash cam videos will be stored on that included SD card, as well as hands-free calling, navigation, driver alerts, and so on. We do link to the owner's manual a little bit later, or at least I'll show you where to get access to it. But it's the same information that you can get also off of the Garmin website. It's a ruggedized device, as we spoke, drop tested, and really ideal for heavy duty type vehicles for long haul purposes. And then all software is updatable over the air, whether it's Garmin's or Geotab's, and we'll get a bit more specific on that at a later stage. So Cloud ELD, I'll leave it to Vic also to comment on any questions you might have on Cloud ELD, but I'll give you and again another high-level overview of what that solution is if you're not at all familiar with the Cloud ELD solution by Geotab. So the way our Cloud ELD solution works is, you have your Go device in your vehicle, and historically you would buy your own tablet or source your own tablet with a SIM card, negotiate a data plan with a carrier, and you install Geotab Drive off of the Google Play Store, or you sideload it yourself to your tablet, and the Go device and the tablet talk to each other over the cellular network. They both communicate with my Geotab, where the data is aggregated and synchronized, and they both update each other. That way, there's no physical connection between the two. You can do so either over the cellular connection or over Wi-Fi. So if you have a Wi-Fi hotspot in the vehicle, as long as the tablet is connected to the internet and from there to my Geotab, those updates are automatic and quick. All engine data that's required by ELD or by the FMCSA regulations would be basically made available to the tablet by the Go device through my Geotab. Drivers can also obviously upload or add manual logs in case any are missing, and those would also be synchronized as soon as the tablet connects to the internet. By the way, there's plenty of information on our website, and there's been several blog posts on our Cloud ELD solution. So I encourage you to go back and review those. A lot of great details, and our ELD team have done a really great job detailing those out, and I believe there are some forum posts as well on that topic. So as part of making this easy, as part of Geotab really bundling this up for you, so you don't have to go and negotiate your own data plans with a carrier and source your own tablet and decide what tablet is suitable and what's not, what's ELD compliant and what's not. We've also added an MDM component to this bundle. I'm sure a lot of you have come across those types of applications, but what an MDM is, a mobile device management application, is it gives us the ability to not just control, but also monitor and manage really our devices in the field. This is currently in its current form, or the current solution by Geotab is controlled by Geotab. We don't have any plans today to give access to the reseller or to the customer to change those settings, but we really use it for now as a way to control what is being done on those tablets, in order to also keep control of the amount of data that is being used, or at least what it's being used for. We don't really impose any data limits, but we do obviously maintain the ability and the right to chase up any suspicious activity on SIM cards, but we don't really impose any data restrictions other than through restricting the use of third-party applications and video applications and so on through the MDM. Other things that we restrict through the MDM are internet, the internet browser, until such time that we can control what websites or what streaming websites you can go to, again, to limit data usage. We also obviously try and prevent allowing the driver to factory data reset the device, because by doing that they would wipe out Geotab Drive, and there would be it would be difficult for them to stay compliant at any point in time, and also difficult for their fleet managers to monitor that. So we do that by, ourselves through the MDM, and we also prevent the uninstallation of the MDM application itself and GeoTab Drive. I think the way it works today is that if you do remove GeoTab Drive, the MDM reinstalls that allowed package automatically, or we can do that manually through the SOTI portal, which is SOTI is basically the MDM application that we have selected for this. So again, there's no reseller or customer control over this. Oh, and by the way, we do have the ability to remote access those devices in the field. So our support team not only will be able to monitor activity on, in terms of what is allowed and what is not allowed, but also will be able to troubleshoot directly with the customer while seeing exactly what the driver is seeing in the field. So how do you order this product? As is the case with any of GeoTab's beta products, if you are a My Admin user, you can, on the left-hand menu under My Orders, you can navigate to the beta products page, as you can see in the picture on the right. So go to the beta products page. If you haven't in the past agreed to our hardware beta terms, you would have to do that first. Otherwise, if you have in the past, then you do have access to all our beta products. And this product specifically is also in beta today. The part number is GEO-ELD-ATT1. You won't miss it if you just navigate to that beta products list. And it shows you a picture of the parts or the bundle and what it includes. Yeah, so you should be able to order it just like any other Go device. It will ask you about the rate plan, but we'll talk a little bit about the specific rate plans that are allowed or supported on this device a little bit later. Now, in the future, to help you manage those devices, in terms of activating, deactivating, suspending, or simply just troubleshooting in the field, we do print, in addition to the Garmin labeling that comes on the box, we, as part of the staging process here at GeoTab, we print a label that shows you the serial number of the Garmin device, as well as the SIM number of the SIM card included in the device and the IMEI number. The IMEI number is probably the most irrelevant to you. We do use it, to control, SOTI licensing and subscription. However, you can use the serial number in My Admin just like you do a Go device serial number to look up the device, see what plan is it on, is it active, is it not active, and take action, such as, check if the SIM card is still active, in case the device is not communicating, or deactivate or terminate the SIM, or not the SIM, but the device, or reactivate it, and so on. So the experience is really very, very similar to a Go device, and every serial number on our side is included in our production database and is married to a SIM number and IMEI number for easy troubleshooting for you as a reseller, as well as our support teams in Vegas and in Oakville. By the way, that same label is also on the back of the device, not just on the box. So the drivers should be able to reference that on a support call pretty easily. Rate plans. So yes, as you have expected, because there are two SIM cards here, one on the Go device and one on the Garmin connected device, there are two rate plans with GeoTab that both need to be active at all times for this whole solution to work. On the Go device side, as is the case with bring your own device type application, type solutions today with GeoTab Drive. As if you are to use GeoTab Drive, you need your Go device to be on the HOS or Pro Plus plans. I think they're referred to on My Admin as HOS mode, Pro mode, or Pro Plus mode. So make sure your Go device is on one of these. Base is not supported. You can still put your Go device on base, but you won't get the very key elements, especially the engine management or engine type elements from the Go device required for ELD. And in fact, I think you might not even be able to use GeoTab Drive. You'll still just get basic GPS information out of the Go device, and that's it. So just make sure you're on HOS or Pro Plus, depending on the feature set that you're after. And on the Garmin device, there's only one plan. It should be straightforward. As long as your Garmin ELD plan is on HOS mode, you should be good to go. And the pricing obviously varies between the HOS mode on the Go device and the HOS mode on the Garmin ELD plan. So for specific pricing, please refer back to my admin. I can't share it on this call. Obviously, if you can't find it, or if you're uncertain, you can always reach out to your partner account manager and they'll help you out. But you will see basically with every Garmin device and a Go device, you'll see two bills or two plans on your bill. A key element here, especially for future support, is the following. So the Garmin software itself and their maps and their map updates are currently Wi-Fi only at this stage. We don't, through SOTI or through the MDM, we don't prevent the use of Wi-Fi. We actually try not to control, user settings or user preferences really, such as, is Wi-Fi on or off, or is Bluetooth on or off, and so on. But obviously, for you to be able to get Garmin software updates and map updates, it must be done over Wi-Fi. So the driver will have to put in their Wi-Fi profile information and make sure their device is connected to Wi-Fi to get those updates. Geotab will be vetting, at least pre-testing those Garmin updates, especially the Garmin software updates, to maintain compatibility with Geotab Drive before they are rolled out. So we'll work closely with Garmin on that. And we have requested in the future the ability to push Garmin software updates over the cellular network, but I don't have any timelines on that. Right now it's restricted to Wi-Fi. Map updates, I'm told by Garmin, will always be Wi-Fi only, and that's because they're very, very large. So it's just not practical to support that over cellular. Geotab Drive app updates. There's no Google Play Store here, obviously. So Geotab Drive app updates, which are very infrequent. The app, when I say app, I mean the container, the actual app on the device, not the content of the app. But that can be updated over Wi-Fi or cellular, and that will only happen when Geotab pushes it through the MDM. So again, we'll basically test the new release or the new version on our side, specifically on Garmin Fleet 790, and make sure we maintain compatibility, and then we will push it through the MDM to all devices out there, and the update should happen automatically as long as the device is connected to the internet. And then the content of Geotab Drive, if there's any changes in my Geotab that affect the look and feel of the reports or of any of the functionality, if we add functionality in the future, or if you enable an add-in in Geotab Drive, all these updates will happen over Wi-Fi or cellular, and they're managed by Geotab as part of the My Geotab release cycle. So in summary, Garmin software updates are Wi-Fi only, and that's the main thing I wanted to get across. I would almost recommend that when working with a new install, that you always put in your Wi-Fi credentials in first, and request the latest Garmin software. And we do highlight that in our support documentation as well, as you'll see a little bit later. Now, in terms of mounting options, the kit does come with a suction cup mount, as you've all seen. Now, it is important to note here that suction cup mounts are either restricted or not allowed or illegal in some states, or at least there are restrictions as to where they can be mounted. So as long as you and your customer are aware of that, it is up to you and them to decide whether to use the suction cup mount or not. But there are also some suggestions here from RAM mounts. Garmin has worked with RAM mounts to ensure there are specific cradles and mounting options created specifically for Garmin. You'll see them mostly on the left. There's one that is locking and one that's not locking. You can pick and choose whatever parts you also want to source with the cradle itself. There are basic options that mount or you can screw onto the dash directly, or ones that even are long enough to be screwed to the bottom of the vehicle. So take a look there. The way to source them, according to Ram Mounts, is through their partners channels. So if you go to their website, www.rammount.com/partners/channel, those are the distributors or partners that you can purchase these parts from. And if I'm not mistaken, you can also probably order them through Ram directly. So it's up to you to source them. Maybe there's some pricing differences there, purchasing through the Ram or through one of their partners. But just take a look at all the parts that you're ordering. Make sure that what you are ordering includes all the parts. Some of the parts here are kits, so they come with the actual, not just with the cradle, but with the mount, with the arm, it's with the fixing arm itself. Some don't. So take a look there, and we'll include this information in our documents. They are not there today, and that's because these parts haven't been available yet. So we're just waiting for confirmation from Ram to double check that they are available for sale, and we'll add them to our documentation. And then finally, some resources. So all of this, everything you need to know about the solution is linked to on our marketplace page. So if you go to marketplace.geotab.com/solutions, geotab-garmin-eld-bundle, or simply just search for Garmin, and you'll get 2 or 3 solutions there. One of them is the ELD bundle. And over there, you can see an overview of the solution, as well as links in the bottom to a sales brochure, as well as a support document. The support document actually goes through some of the hardware-related specs of the device, as well as top features and what the kit includes, some installation instructions, and it also links you to a very comprehensive owner's manual of the Garmin Fleet 790. That really is a wealth of information on what some of the local features supported on the Garmin Fleet 790 out of the box. So take a look there, get familiar with all these features, as well as an FAQ, which we haven't posted yet, but we will be posting it very soon, certainly before we do a full launch. As you know, this product is still in beta today, but we will try and get the FAQ up on the marketplace page as soon as possible. And over there, we also link to the IOX support documentation if you choose to use an IOX, and other cloud ELD material if you want to get a bit more familiar on those as well. So I believe that's all we wanted to go through today. We're happy to take some questions, but if you don't get to send us your questions soon or after you review all the material, just make sure you reach out to your partner account manager, and they know where to find us. So thank you all. Narissa, I think we can take some questions now.
Thank you, Musa Kafori. Yes, it looks like we've got quite a few questions from our resellers and so forth. Please, let's get right into it. First question is, I see the Android tablet is dedicated to Geotab Drive. Can any additional apps be allowed, authorized by customers? Some customers are running some business apps on their ELD tablets.
Yeah, so the current solution, that's a good question. And with the current solution, the answer is no. So the way that the solution was bundled and priced, it's dedicated to Geotab Drive, obviously as a third-party app on the device, but there are some local features. You still get all the local Garmin features, such as routing and navigation, hands-free calling, dash cam, and other applications. Geotab will look into, and we do have on our roadmap, although I don't have any timelines, we do have plans on looking at higher tier rate plans on our side to allow for third-party apps and solutions, as well as perhaps further integration between Geotab or My Geotab and the Fleet 790. But right now it's limited to local features on the Garmin device as well as Geotab Drive. Oh, and by the way, that does include add-ins through Geotab Drive. So if you are familiar with any of the Geotab Drive add-ins on our marketplace, as long as it's within Geotab Drive, that is supported.
Perfect. Does it come with commercial navigation?
Yes, but maybe so commercial as in the way I understand their navigation is you can basically select your vehicle profile at the beginning when the device first powers up. If it's a truck, you get to enter the size and all the information related to the truck profile, and the device will customize navigation and routing based on the profile that you select.
Okay. And I'm getting another answer from another specialist saying, yes, it does. Another one of our Geotab specialists here. Great, thank you. Can the Garmin ELD bundle be considered as a two-way communication solution, data and voice?
No, so it's not a voice. It's not a voice solution. If the question is, can we make a call using this device? No, it's a data only.
Thank you. How does the driver use the Garmin to send the RODs, records of duty statuses?
I'll let the ELD expert Vic reply to that, but I mean it's
Sure.
all automated as far as I'm aware. As long as you're changing your duty status and the device is connected to the internet, that gets automatically synchronized with my Geotab. Vic?
Yeah, that's exactly it, Musa. So I mean, it's your standard Geotab Drive app, right? So you just go into settings and you can go in and transfer. It's business as usual, just like a normal Android device.
Okay. Is the Garmin its own source of Wi-Fi cell connection that can be used as a hotspot?
We intentionally through SOTI, and I had that in the MDM slide, we do disable tethering, and that's to avoid excessive data usage through the SIM card. So we do restrict that in the MDM.
Okay, thanks. Can a customer make a request to have a specific weather or traffic app installed?
We're definitely happy to hear all of our reseller and customers' feedback on the current solution as it is, but I can't promise that we'll make any one-off exceptions. It would be very, very difficult for us to manage, an exception here and an exception there. We need to really think of how we want to handle this in the future in a second tier or a higher tier rate plan that allows for more flexibility. But for the time being, it's still restricted to Geotab Drive.
Got it. And so can a customer make a request to have a specific, we already addressed that. How about opening the device to be used for professional apps like a mobile work order, point of sale, system, etc.?
Yeah, so all of that, all of that will be reviewed for further down the line on the roadmap for a second data plan. Think of this as the HOS version of the Garmin ELD product, and we'll look into a Pro and a Pro Plus option in the future, allowing more flexibility.
Fantastic. Can we use these in Canada with an AT&T SIM?
That is correct. Yeah, that's all negotiated by Geotab with AT&T, all the roaming charges and so on. So it is priced to allow you to use that in Canada, even if domiciled in Canada.
Okay. I know that in the past, Garmin was not compliant because it wouldn't transfer the data to the DOT officers on a roadside inspection. Has this been fixed now?
Yeah, because it is fixed. So the key thing here to note is that we are not using Garmin HOS or Garmin ELD. We're simply utilizing the fact that this is an Android device and a connected Android device, and compliance is pretty much all dependent on Geotab Drive. So Geotab Drive, or our Cloud ELD solution in general, is FMCSA compliant. Therefore, the Garmin ELD bundle is as well.
Okay. And is there a routing function in the support docs? Is there a review of routing functions in the support docs?
Yeah, the support document links to the owner's manual. So any details on how to configure your routing, settings and all of that would be addressed in detail in the owner's manual.
Thanks so much. Another one here was the cost for the hardware covered, and yes, we did mention some plans, but if you want to elaborate on that, Musa.
I didn't actually, so no, maybe that's a good question because I didn't have a slide on that. I didn't really speak to that, but obviously the bundle is not free. It is, the price would be on my admin, when you go to purchase the bundle, you'll see what that price is. So that, again, that includes the tablet, the SIM, the suction cup mount, the CLA or the cigarette lighter adapter, and a 3-year warranty out the box.
Sure. And
the Go device and the iOS are extra.
essentially, the question is asking, is HOS required for both Garmin and Go device? And
yeah, so HOS
yes.
mode is required at a minimum on the Go device, and that is also what is required on the Garmin ELD.
Okay, we have another one here. Any intention of being able to send dash cam footage via cellular ultimately?
Yeah, so we're looking at ways to do that, whether it's through a Geotab integration or a third party on the marketplace. But again, that's all part of the future rate plans that we are looking to supporting. Right now, this is restricted to saving videos on the local SD card that comes as part of the device, and that SD card can be accessed manually.
Does the Garmin support TruckMate, a TMW dispatch, by chance?
It's not built in. If that's what the question is, I'm not myself all too familiar with TMW, but maybe Vic is. But I'm almost certain it's not part of their standard stock solution.
Yeah, so I mean, as Musa alluded earlier, Geotab Drive does support add-ins on the Garmin. So as long as the add-in doesn't require to launch a third-party app or anything like that, like as long as it's a built-in solution within the add-in, it will be supported. So for example, with TruckMate TMW dispatch, we actually do have an integration. So you would just plug that add-in as usual, and it would just show up within the Geotab Drive app.
Great. Just for clarity, is the dash camera integration with my Geotab available yet?
No, it's all video is basically saved on a local SD card on the device.
Clear on that. A comparison of features and benefits of dashcam with other video integrations, Rosco, Zendu, Nato, and all. Because the early slide referred to hands-free calling, so is there a comparison of features and benefits of dashcam with other video integrations?
No, I would basically refer to the Garmin Fleet 790 owner's manual on the dashcam implementation. They have allowed through their API integration with that functionality, and that's what we'll be looking at for future stages.
Awesome. Thank you so very much, Musa Kafori. Thank you, Vic Swadar, and you, our audience. This presentation will be added to sales.geotab.com. We've answered all of your questions, hopefully. And if we did not, please reach out to your account manager. We look forward to having you on the next ELD-related webinar, ELD and roadside inspections with DOT Officer Kimberly Hill on February 20th. And thank you for your time. If you have any further questions regarding today's topic, please, again, don't hesitate to reach out to your account manager. Until then, I am Narissa Kelly. On behalf of myself and everyone here at Geotab, I wish you a productive and profitable week.